Ever feel like, I don't know, relationships are kind of like a bonfire?
Bonfire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
starts all bright and intense, but eventually,
It has to die down.
exactly.
Right.
And you're left with like glowing embers. Not bad, but different.
Right. Right. Not the roaring flames at the beginning.
So how do we keep that spark alive in the long run, especially through the ups and downs, the changes.
Yeah.
That's what we're diving into today with, well, a little help from the Stoics.
And when I say Stoics, I don't mean like emotionless robots, right?
Yeah.
We're talking ancient philosophy here, practical stuff. Stoicism, it's about navigating life's chaos, relationships included, by focusing on what you can control.
So instead of wishing our partners were different or
Mm.
trying to like rewind back to the honeymoon phase,
Yeah.
we should be, what, looking inwards?
It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything's perfect. It's more like, okay, imagine this. There's a storm brewing. Can you stop the storm?
Not unless I've suddenly developed superpowers.
Right. But you can prepare. You can choose how you weather that storm. Relationships, they have their own storms, right? Stoicism gives you tools to face those head on.
Okay, I'm intrigued, I gotta admit. So where do we even begin with this whole Stoic approach to love and all that?
Well, Marcus Aurelius, he was a Roman emperor and a Stoic. He had this to say: the universe is change, meaning nothing stays the same, especially not in relationships.
So clinging to that initial spark, it's kind of pointless.
It's not about holding on to the exact feeling, but allowing love to transform, to grow into something deeper, more resilient.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we like roll with the punches and not just, end up resenting each other?
Gratitude. It's a game changer, seriously. Instead of fixating on what's missing, we start appreciating what we have. Try this tonight. Think of 3 things, big or small, that you appreciate about your partner.
Oh, like even if it's just them doing the dishes without being asked.
Exactly. Little things count. It shifts your focus,
Mhm.
from negativity to genuine appreciation.
I can see how that would help, yeah. But let's be real, relationships aren't always sunshine and roses. What about when things get messy? When we disagree or, those old arguments resurface?
Yeah, that's where Stoicism gets really interesting. See, they saw discomfort, like those tough conversations, as opportunities for growth.
Wait, so we shouldn't shy away from arguments?
Not necessarily. It's more about how we approach them. There's this great quote from Epictetus, another Stoic heavyweight. He said, "The main thing in life is to figure out what's in our control and what isn't."
So we can't control how our partner's going to react in an argument, but
But we can control ourselves, our own emotions, our words, coming from a place of understanding, trying to see their side. That's in your control.
so it's less about winning the argument and more about actually dot connecting, even if it's about something difficult.
Exactly. And when those past hurts come up, which they inevitably do, remember Seneca's wisdom. True happiness is to enjoy the present. Dwelling on the past robs you of today's joy.
Easier said than done sometimes, though, right? How do we, actually be more present, especially with our partners?
Mindfulness, putting down the phone, really listening, making eye contact, savoring those small moments together, even just like having coffee in the morning, but really being there.
It's like consciously choosing to be present instead of letting our minds wander to, to-do lists and whatever else.
Right. And another thing the Stoics were big on was virtue.
Virtue. Okay, that sounds a bit, I don't know, old-fashioned, doesn't it? Like something in a dusty scroll.
Maybe. But the core idea is timeless. Patience, understanding, loyalty, compassion. These aren't outdated. They're the building blocks of any strong relationship. Marcus Aurelius said it best: waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one.
Powerful stuff. So much of this comes back to our own self-awareness and actions. But what about individuality? How much space do we need in a relationship, Is it bad to have separate interests?
Think of it like 2 trees growing side by side. They're stronger when they each have space to flourish, right? Same with us. Having our own passions, friendships, it only enhances the connection.
Okay, that makes sense. So then how does all of this translate to, well, this is getting a bit personal, but intimacy?
Even there, mindfulness is key. It's about bringing your full self to the moment, being present, intentional, not letting it become, just another routine.
So approaching it with freshness, even after years together. I like that.
Because the truth is, we can't expect our partners to complete us. That's a lot of pressure. Think of them as a companion, someone to share the journey with through thick and thin.
Companionship, that resonates a lot more than this whole finding your other half idea.
Right. And when you see it that way, commitment becomes a choice. Every day you're choosing to show up for this person.
Even when it's not easy or, Instagram worthy.
Exactly. Seneca said, and I love this one, love of bustle is not industry. It's not about the grand gestures, but the everyday acts of love, the effort we put in. That's what keeps the passion alive.
This whole Stoic perspective, well, it's not what I expected. It's actually pretty empowering.
It is, because it gives you the tools. It's not about your partner changing. It's about you choosing how you show up in that relationship.
So as you go about your day-to-day, listeners, I want you to think,
Yeah.
how can you bring a bit of this Stoic wisdom into your own relationship? The answer might surprise you.